All right. See if that fixed it. I know it's a lot to ask, but if somebody could just try to send me like $1, that would help. If somebody could just send me $1 as a test. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Wesley. I really do appreciate that. Now we gotta think. What the fuck could have possibly done that? What the fuck could have possibly? Because guys, remember when I was asking? I was like, "Are you guys under 18?" Because when I checked, it said there was an age restriction, and when there's an age restriction, you can't get super chats. Thank you for the $20. I wonder what that was. What I said that triggered that. Who was on that on your account? That was probably Avi, my producer. He has access to the account. Avi said it's probably because of Jmail. Yeah. Wow. I believe that. It probably does. I mean, when I pulled up Jmail once before, the whole video was removed. Wow. Huh. It wouldn't let your little brother join last live? That's crazy. Well, at least we know that, you know, Mossad and the CIA actually consider me to be a threat to their ideology. I take that as a badge of honor, you know? You really, like, dude, guys, like, that means that you are in a good place. That means you are in a great community if the federal government considers us a fucking problem. Much love from Australia. Thank you for the $5. Chris, you know you owe me $29,000 in child support. Maggots lie about important shit 24/7. I thought I'd give it a try. Yeah, I know, dude. It'll always end. It'll always do that. That was confusing. Are we looking at Jmail? Not anymore. Not anymore. Doesn't seem like it. Not anymore. Chris, what the fuck just happened? Seems like Mossad and CIA don't like when I'm streaming. You know? Now, here's the thing, guys. If you do get another one of those warnings, you got to tell me in all caps so that I know. But that's interesting. That's very interesting. The fact that it stated you deleted the last live is weird. I did. I ended the live stream and then I deleted it. Just to see what's going on. It is working. Thank you for the $2, Trent. Excuse me. Wow. This ain't the type of shit that you're used to in America. This is the type of shit that you're used to in like North Korea or even China. You know? That's crazy, guys, because like I'm not that big. I'm really not that big. I've got like 140,000 subs. That's not good. That's not good. Pull it back up. Let's see. Fuck no. Are you kidding me? No. That's not good, gang. You're pretty big though? Yeah, I know, but there's people like Kyle Kalinske who've got millions and millions of followers and they cover this shit, but I wonder if he's dealing with the same problems. Huh. Interesting. 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 Wonder if this had to do with me at the protest. Because there was a drone following us, you know, and I know that drone was scanning our faces. And a lot of motherfuckers in that protest were wearing masks. I wasn't gonna hide my identity, not like those fucking ICE Nazis. Who knows? Who knows? Interesting. It's interesting. It's just, you know, it's just interesting. Not a lot of people have brought this up. It's interesting. You know, it's interesting. It's just interesting. It's interesting. Interesting. All right. All right. Now we're going to make our video. Now it's video time. Y'all ready? Here we go. Two of the 8 Nazis that executed Alex Preddy in cold blood have been identified. One of them is named Jesus Ochoa, and the other one is named Raimundo Gutierrez. No, the irony is not lost on me that they are Latinos in ICE. Friendly reminder that America is so diverse, even our fascism is DEI, and about 50% of ICE agents are minorities. Now, I've talked about this before on Instagram, but there are different levels of pathetic, right? Being a Trump supporter, pathetic. Being a black Trump supporter, more pathetic. Being a Latino Trump supporter, extremely pathetic, right? And there are levels to this shit. So to be a Latino ICE agent, it's gotta be one of the most pathetic fucking things you could possibly do. I mean, it's self-hatred. That's what that is. It's like Uncle Tom, like yes, massa. It is so unbelievably embarrassing. It reminds me of Nick Fuentes, right? Now, if you don't know who Nick Fuentes is, he's a proud Nazi. He's a white supremacist, but he's also gay and a Mexican, right? And that's ironic because he advocates for, you know, throwing gay people into concentration camps, and he advocates for deporting any and all Latinos in the United States of America, considering, you know, you're a gay Mexican. So I don't know how that works, but I don't think these ICE agents understand that the last step of the operation is to then round them up and deport them, right? Let's say hypothetically ICE agents kick out like all the fucking Latinos and like there's still Latino ICE agents. Well, then all the white ICE agents then point their guns at you and they say, your fucking turn. Because they don't care. This isn't about immigration. ICE isn't doing immigration or customs enforcement. They're just rounding up brown people and sending them to death camps. That's all it is. And we know this because ICE existed beforehand. ICE has been around for multiple decades, and it was never a massed paramilitary unit that was going door to door demanding to see paperwork and executing American citizens in the street and pepper spraying 5-year-old children and sending people to a concentration camp in El Salvador where they're getting raped. None of this has to do with immigration enforcement. All of this has to do with enforcing fascism and rounding up dissidents of the regime, rounding up undesirables, right? So we're going to be talking about those two Nazis. We also have some more footage of ICE. ICE is making its way into New York and New Jersey. I was at the ICE Out protest, what was that, on Friday, I believe? It was fucking cold, man. I think it was like 15 degrees, and then with the wind chill, it felt like it was 0. It was fucking cold. Granted, I know you Minnesota bastards were in some even colder weather, so who am I to bitch and moan? Before we do dive all the way in, I do wanted to show you just these 2 pictures that were taken of me because the media loves me and I love me. Here's one. Shout out to Nelson. There's my boy Nelson filming the whole fucking thing. And then here's another one. Peep the geek. Peep the geek. Peep, 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 peep the geek. I gotta quit so bad because this could be a goated photo, but then you go, the guy's holding a fucking geek bar and then he looks like an absolute fucking dipshit. But anyway, we're gonna start off the video with Donald Trump shitting his fucking pants in the Oval Office so loud that it was picked up by a microphone. I gotta start off light. I gotta make you giggle a little bit. But before we do watch Donald Trump shit his fucking pants, I would like to remind you, hi, I'm Chris Valenti. Welcome to the Valenti VOD. This is real independent media. I have no advertisers. I have no sponsors. I've never had a conversation with a billionaire or a government or a PAC or any of that shit. So I don't make a lot of money on this channel, especially considering I'm a dissident of the regime. I get hit with restrictions left and right because I'll be telling you exactly what you need to fucking hear. And because of that, sometimes you can't super chat, which again, I don't know if I can. So if you can super chat, send me one just so I know it works. But if you want to support this channel financially and help boost our voices, because all I really am is a megaphone for you, the people. If you do want to help boost, there's a couple of ways you could do it. The free way is to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It costs you absolutely nothing. If you do want to help the channel financially, you can click the thanks button to tip me directly. You can click the join button to become a member. You'll get access to member-only content and some pretty cool emotes. You can buy merch like the posters behind me or the mugs. We also have hoodies and shit. And then you can become a patron on Patreon for $2, $5, $8, $10, paying monthly. I really do appreciate that. Thank you for that $2 donation. All right, that means the super chats are still working. I really do appreciate that. Rams Curo, thank you very much. But without further ado, let's watch a video of Donald Trump shit his fucking pants. Here we go. So It might be a little hard to hear, but we'll replay it. You have to fucking hear this shit. Here we go.
Biden term is going to be a thing of the past, and I'm so proud to be part of
And
this.
fellas, some great things happening. Right?
Now, this lady in the green, she hears his fart, she smells his shit, and she immediately clocks it, stares at him, tries to wipe away the smell. But it's literally picked up by the mic. Get a look at this.
Morning. It's great, really great things happening, I hear. And some pretty big announcements over a short period of time, right?
Yep. Moving drugs over the counter so you don't need a prescription.
Yeah, right.
Naloxone, which treats opioid, is one of those drugs. And we're being proactive with synthetic 7-OH, a new opioid that's
Here it
showing
comes.
up. And we're working with
Here it comes.
the DOJ
gonna
on
turn it up.
addressing that because chemists are coming up with new opioids faster than the government has.
Did you hear it? Did you hear it? I'll play it back. I'm going to put the volume really high, okay? Be careful. Ready? Ready?
Are coming up with new opioids faster than the government has been.
You could barely fucking hear it. Let's play it one more time. Let's play it. I'm going to turn the volume to max. Here we go.
That because chemists are coming up with new opioids faster than the government has been able to keep.
There, I know you can hear it. I know you can hear it. So, first of all, it is important to know that Donald has worn diapers for like 15 years. Donald has a failing fat body. He eats McDonald's every night. He doesn't believe in exercise. He's morbidly obese. He has dementia. He has Alzheimer's. He's a decaying, morbidly obese, fat-bodied fascist. And because of that, he wears diapers because he shits his pants all the fucking time. And he's desecrating our Oval Office by shitting his fucking pants behind the Resolute desk. Now, I want you to watch as the lady in green fucking clocks his smelly shart. Get a look at this.
Faster than the government has been able to keep up. We're
She
going
clocks it.
proactive on these new chemicals.
That's great. No, I hear
Now she's gonna start smelling it.
Thank
She can't
you
believe
all
she's closing her mouth because she can't get that fucking Donnie Diddles kid's shitty taste out of her fucking mouth.
very much. We really appreciate it a lot. Thank you, Oz. He's doing a fantastic job.
So he's sitting in a pile of poop right now. The president of the United States is sitting in a pile of his own feces right now because he shit his pants because he's a decrepit elderly man who should be in a fucking home, and he wears a diaper because he's a big shitty boy. He's a stinky fucking poopy boy. He's also a pedophile.
Thank you all very much. I appreciate it. Thank you, please. Thank you.
Yeah, please, thank you, please get the fuck out. I just shit my fucking pants. Yeah, everybody get out. I just look at her, 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 look at her. She's like, oh my fucking God, he shit his fucking pants. So I'm like, oh, Pam Bondi came out. This disgusting cunt has been so horrified of the media that she hasn't shown her face in so fucking long, all because of the Epstein files. Don't worry, we got Epstein files queued up.
The new Fox poll that says people think ISIS's tactics are too aggressive.
Everyone out. The president just shit his fucking pants. Please, thank you, press. Get out. The president just shit his fucking pants. I need you to get out. We gotta clean out the poopy. We gotta clean out the poopy. Everybody out. We gotta clean out the poopy president. The poopy president shit his fucking pants. Everybody get the fuck out.
Are we gonna flip for this, or what are we gonna do?
Guy's just sitting in a pile of his own fucking shit right now. Anyway, all right, so that was a good way to start it, but now we're gonna talk about the Nazis, okay? So the two CBP agents identified in Alex Preddy's shooting. Now, I'll tell you right now, I don't need 2, I need 8. I need all 8. All 8 of these people are responsible for his execution, okay? Not just the 2 who opened fucking fire on him. We got a Code Brown in the Oval Office, folks. The 2 federal immigration agents who fired a Minneapolis protester. All right, let me rephrase this for you. The 2 Nazis who executed legal observer Alex Preddy are identified in government records as Border Patrol agent Jesus Ochoa and Customs and Border Protection Officer Raimundo Gutierrez. The records viewed by ProPublica list Ochoa, 43, and Gutierrez, 35, as the shooters during the deadly encounter last week that left Preddy dead and ignited massive protests and calls for criminal investigations. Both men were assigned to Operation Metro Surge, an immigration enforcement dragnet launched in December that sent scores of armed and masked Nazis across the city. CBP, which employs both Nazis, has so far refused to release their names and has disclosed few other facts about the deadly incident, which came days after a different Nazi murdered another Minneapolis protester, a 37-year-old mother of 3 named Renee Good. So what's important about this is if you read the rest of this article, the 2 Nazis, like right now the Democrat talking point is that the Nazis aren't trained enough, right? Like people like Chuck Schumer and Apac Shakur, that's Hakeem Jeffries, they'll tell you that the reason the Nazis are executing us in the street is that we're not training the Nazis well enough, right? And that they want to actually give DHS more funding so that they can train the Nazis more. that doesn't seem to be the case, because it seems like these two Nazis have been employed by DHS since 2014. So they are highly trained, but it goes back to what I've been telling you. The people in ICE, the people in Customs and Border Patrol, they are murder rapists. They are murderers, they are rapists, they beat their wives, they beat their dogs, they have wild criminal records, they participated in the January 6th insurrection. They are trained, but they are also genuinely ideological Nazis. They get off on killing us in the street. They get off on separating families. They quite literally are sexually attracted to cruelty. That is the only reason why somebody becomes an ICE agent in the first place, right? You're too fucking fat-bodied to join the military, and you're too fucking stupid to become a cop, so you do the middle ground, which is to become one of the private Nazis for the regime. It's very simple. Anyway, we have more of this here. So the agency sent a notice to some of the members in Congress on Tuesday acknowledging that the two Nazis fired Glock pistols during their altercation that left Preddy dead. That notice does not include the Nazis' names. A spokesperson for the Department of Homeland Security, which oversees CBP, said the Nazis had been placed on leave after the January 24th shooting. And after a week of protests and calls from lawmakers for a review, the Justice Department said Friday that its Civil Rights Division is investigating the shooting. A DOJ spokesperson did not answer questions, including whether DHS had shared materials such as body cam footage with its investigators. So here's the thing. ICE does not wear body cams. I would be very surprised if there is any body cam footage of this. And they don't wear the body cams for the same reason why they wear the masks. It's because they know everything they're doing is illegal and they're trying to avoid consequences for it. So Ochoa is a Nazi who joined CBP in 2018. Gutierrez joined in 2014 and works for CBP's Office of Field Operations. He is assigned to a special response team which conducts high-risk operations like those of police SWAT units. Records show that both men are from South Texas. In the aftermath of the execution, Gregory Bovino, who was orchestrated high-intensity immigration sweeps and arrests in a string of Democratic-led cities since early 2025, was removed from his role as Border Patrol Commander-at-Large and reassigned to his former post in El Centro, California. A spokesperson for DHS declined to answer questions about the two Nazis and referred ProPublica to the FBI. The FBI declined to comment. ProPublica made several attempts to call the Nazi Ochoa and the Nazi Gutierrez, but neither answered. Let's see. Ochoa, who goes by Jesse, graduated from the University of Texas Pan American with a degree in criminal justice, according to his ex-wife. They're all fucking divorced. They're all fucking divorced. Angelica Ochoa, a longtime resident of the Rio Grande Valley. Ochoa had for years dreamed of working for Border Patrol. Dude, if you dream of working for Border Patrol, all of your rights should be taken away. I'm not kidding. If your dream is to join Border Patrol, I think that you should be thrown into a slave labor camp. I'm not kidding. Fed gruel and used as a body for the rest of your miserable existence until you just like fucking die of exhaustion. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I know some of you think Chris is being facetious. He's saying the edgy thing. I'm serious. I think we should be enslaving them. I think we should be enslaving ICE agents. They're already enslaving us. The 13th Amendment of the United States Constitution says that you can be enslaved if you are imprisoned. So I say, since Donald Trump got rid of due process, we should mass incarcerate every single member of ICE and Border Patrol, all of Trump's cabinet and Trump himself. Send them to a fucking gulag and use them as slave labor. If you are not this level of fucking pissed off as I am, shut the fuck up and let people like me lead the fucking charge. Because when you shoot for the moon, you might land on a cloud. And if I say enslave these inferior fucking vermin, then just maybe we'll get to the point where we have tribunals. Because if I shoot for the moon of enslavement, then maybe we'll land on the fucking cloud of prosecution, okay? Because when these fucking libtards and our Democrat leaders, representatives go up there, they're saying give ICE more funding. They're saying train them more. And all that's gonna fucking lead to is being a doormat for fascism and letting these fucking dog people march all over us. Fuck that. Fuck that. By the way, Chuck Schumer, you baby back bitch, you spineless, gelatinous, supine fucking rat! Why is your answer to all of this giving more of my money to the Nazis. How the fuck is that an excuse? And also, Chucky boy, I just watched a video of you flexing about how proud you are to be the #1 representative of Israel in the United States of America. Now, I think that's very indicative of the type of fucking man you are, because the ICE is operating like the fucking IDF. It's that imperial fucking boomerang making its way back home, while you and Hakeem Jeffries and Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and all these fucking cock-sucking Democrat politicians vote to fund a fucking genocide led by maniacal, psychopathic serial killers across the fucking world. That violence is now making its way back home. You fucking did this to us. Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, you are traitors to the American people, and you deserve the highest, most fucking, you deserve the worst, the fucking worst. There are fascists, and then there are complacent cowards. You might as well fucking be one of them, because you're allowing them to do this to us. Go fuck yourself with a crazy straw, Chuck Schumer. Fucking bitch. All right, moving on to more ICE news. ICE arrests captured in dramatic videos local officers to cry. I'm pretty sure there was a video of this. Oh no, I have to pay for this. I'm not doing that. I have other videos here.
Do you have a party?
Oh, so ICE is in Jersey now. ICE is making its way through Jersey, okay? If you're in New Jersey, get ready for ICE.
Warrant to look for anybody? So I'm the elected official. My name is Jake Efros. I am the city council person right here in Jersey City.
Listen, there's nothing that you're going to say that's going to prevent us from doing our job. Just letting you know. So you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time.
Okay, what is your job?
No, we're ICE. Okay, clearly you're marked. All right. So I'm just letting you know. You can continue talking, but we're not going to answer any questions. So just stay there. You can observe. You can do whatever you want. Just don't interfere. Are we cool?
Okay, what is the...
I'm not going to tell you anything else.
Do you have a warrant?
We don't need a warrant, bro. Stop getting...
We don't need a warrant, is what they just said. So again, to all the MAGA fucks in here, you have literally destroyed this nation to the point where we have a mass private military organization without warrants raiding buildings.
In your head. That's it. Okay, that's it.
What is your job today? Are you just looking for anybody in particular?
Oh my God, they walked up to the very first fucking brown person they saw and asked where he's from. The very first fucking person they saw when they walked out of the elevator was a brown person, and they immediately asked where he's from. They have no reason to ask this man that other than the color of his skin. Yo, and I know I have a lot of minority chatters. I need you to understand. You're a minority, or you have brown skin, maybe even you're white with a huge tan, right? And you're born in the United States, and your mother and father, they were born in the United States. If an ICE agent walks past you, they're going to demand to see your proof of citizenship, which you don't carry on you because you're a US citizen, and according to the Constitution, you don't have to carry that with you, but that doesn't matter. When you say, I'm born here, well, you know what they're gonna do? One of two things. One, they're gonna kidnap you. Two, they're gonna murder you. And it's because you're brown. Now, they will never do that to me. Probably not. Probably not. Why? What's your name? Chris. What's your last name? Valenti. They're not going to do it to me. They're not going to do it to me. But you, all brown people, none of you are safe. I need you to listen. I need you to actually take this seriously. If you are not white, you are not safe. It does not matter if you voted for Trump. It does not matter if you're a fourth-generation American. It does not matter. None of it matters. All that matters is the color of your skin. You are in danger. You're not fucking safe.
Estamos con usted, okay?
Listen, I'm going to ask you to back up. You're not going to come in the elevator now? So I'm gonna just have you back up.
This is the elevator I can use.
We're gonna take it now. You guys can stay out here. We have the guy in custody. I don't want you guys interfering with us having him in custody.
Okay,
So
I'm just trying to.
You can meet us on top after.
I'm recording.
Okay, you can record. I have no problem with you recording, but you're not gonna get in the elevator with us.
Look at his fat, disgusting body spilling over his fucking jeans. Morbidly obese fucking Nazi with brown skin, mind you, rounding up other brown people. Motherfucker, if there's one person I hope gets rounded up and sent to the fucking concentration camp, it's you.
It's my right to be able to use the public transit, right?
I'm letting you know, if you do come in, I'm going to consider you as interfering, and then that's 18 U.S.C. 111, you will be charged.
So he just said 18 USC 111. What he just said is if you step in this elevator with us, you are now a domestic terrorist. That is what he just said. That is what he just fucking said.
All right? So, do your thing. I have no problem you recording. You record all you want. But I'm letting you know you're not going to come in the elevator. You understand?
Why are you taking this man? Why are you taking this man? Do you have a warrant for his arrest particularly?
No.
Do you know who that?
That's it.
You have no idea who you took, huh?
And then they kidnapped
You're
him.
just picking up random guys, you're profiling random guys down there, you profiled a U.S. citizen. You don't fucking care.
No identification, no plates in the cars. This is just a secret police. You know, I know a lot of us call them the Gestapo, but in reality, this is a slave catching patrol.
Picking people up, right? You don't have warrants for their arrest.
See, a chatter just said that's not how USC 111 works, but they don't. Yeah, so here's the thing, guys. When you say that's not how that works, you're talking about law. Law does not apply to these people, right? Like the rule of law. We're talking about Nazis that have been deputized by the federal government. You just watched them execute somebody in cold blood. No laws matter to them, and I need you to understand that. They can literally just walk to a crowd, open fire, and murder a dozen people, and nothing will happen because they are the law, okay? There's no enforcement capable of arresting these people. Jacob Fry, the mayor of Minneapolis, was asked directly, like, why don't you make the Minneapolis police arrest ICE agents? And his answer was, they have more guns. That's where you live. You know, this is the Taliban. This is Al Qaeda. Okay, this is just a white Christian Taliban. That's what it is.
Yo, stay away from my neighbor. 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 We have the legal right to record. We have the legal right to record. You better stay away from my neighbor.
Coward, identification, the coverage yourself. Identify yourself, motherfucker.
Subaru Ascent black. Pathfinder Nissan, also black. W51UWS.
Fuck you, motherfuckers.
Again, friendly reminder, there's no such thing as an innocent ICE agent, okay? All ICE agents are Nazis. All ICE agents are domestic terrorists. Each and every single one of them needs to be arrested and thrown into a slave labor camp, including your family member that is in ICE. I don't give a fuck if they're your family member. And if you do not advocate for them to be arrested, I want you fucking arrested as well. You are complacent. You are a collaborator with the fucking Nazis. You'd be better off enslaved. I got more for you here.
Unfortunately, we confirmed Jersey City, it's Mayor James Solomon. Unfortunately, we confirmed reports that ICE, federal immigration authorities, were operating in Jersey City today. And I want to deliver a couple of key messages. First, we condemn what we saw. The videos are disturbing, and they show what appears to just be people on their way to work being detained. That makes us less safe. Second, I signed an executive order last week that says Jersey City resources will not be used to aid in these type of actions. Our police, our...
Somebody said, my narcissistic ex dreamed of joining ICE. I'm willing to bet that your narcissistic ex never once made you have an orgasm, too, with this little micro fucking chode.
Facilities, anything. Last, we need to make sure you know your rights. I'm going to give you a few today, and we're going to keep educating people about their rights. First, if ICE is trying to talk to you, you have the right to ask, am I being detained or arrested? If the answer is no, you can calmly walk away. Second, if you're in a...
You can calmly walk away from ICE? Brother, they'll shoot you in the back. They will shoot you in the back. Somebody says no body shaming. Body shaming applies to human beings, okay? ICE agents are not human beings. Nazis are not human beings, okay? I'm gonna call them, I'll literally call them slurs. I do not give a fuck.
Private space like a home or a business. You do not have to open your door to ICE unless they have a valid judicial warrant signed by a judge. Third, if you are arrested, you have the right to remain silent and the right to speak to an attorney. Last but not least, if you see someone being detained, you have the right to document that encounter, including filming it if you are not interfering with the operation. Last but not least, our immigrant rights partners want to make sure we convey some immigration to immigrants. They say, please memorize a key emergency contact phone number, have a plan for care for your children, and put all your important documents in one easily accessible location. Jersey City, we are going to keep fighting. We're going to keep educating people. There's going to be Know Your Rights information at the bottom of this post, and make sure we do all in our power to have our neighbors' backs. Thank you.
I mean, I appreciate what he's doing, reminding people of their rights, but I like to remind people that your rights only apply to how far you are willing to go to protect them, right? So my favorite example is the Second Amendment, right? You have a Second Amendment right to, like let's just say hypothetically, or let's use Alex Preddy as an example, right? The Second Amendment says that if you are within, like being beaten within an inch of your life and you genuinely believe that you are going to die, even if they are cops or federal agents, you can use your firearm to protect your own life, right? That's your constitutional right. Now, let's say you do pull out your pistol and start firing. Well, then they will unload 30 rounds in you and murder you, right? Violating your rights. Your rights aren't exactly real because they don't consider them to be rights and they are willing to stomp on them and then within an hour before your body is cold label you as a domestic terrorist assassin, okay? So your rights, they're not exactly real. I mean, our First Amendment right to protest, Trump said, well, no, you can't go out and protest anymore. Your Second Amendment right to have a firearm, Trump said, no, you can't have guns anymore, right? Your rights are not real because no one is there to save you. It is up to you to ensure that your rights are actually real. And that means genuinely fighting to defend them. Okay? Let's move on. I got more for you here.
Information is, and I am deeply upset about everything that's happening right now. This is Hoboken Mayor Emily Jabbour. I'm here outside of the 9th Street Light Rail Station where earlier today my office received reports of an ICE raid that was happening around the 9th Street Light Rail Station. At this time, we know that several individuals were apprehended both from the train and from the platform area. I want to be clear, Hoboken Police Department was not in any way involved with this. They were not notified in advance, and we are doing our best to get as much information as possible about what has happened here today. As soon as we started to receive these reports, myself and Councilman Joe Quintero came to this area and had the opportunity to speak with 2 witnesses who had been here during the apprehensions. We understand that there were 3 vehicles, 2 which were unmarked, and there were several apprehensions. We're trying to get more information about who those people were. I've been in touch with both our police chief and our director of public safety for more information about what's happened here today. I've also connected with Congressman Rob Menendez, who's also going to see what clarity he can get on his end about what happened. I know that the information that we've shared here today is frightening and upsetting, and I assure you I am as well. I want to especially assure our immigrant neighbors that we are going to continue to have your back and share all of the verified information that we can. We are also going to share resources here in the captions below so that we can connect you with as many resources as you may need to know your rights and know what information is out there to protect one another. Please know Hoboken is a fair and welcoming city. We are going to continue to look out for one another, and we want to make sure that you have all the resources that you need to feel safe here. We've shared those information.
If you want people to feel safe, mobilize your National Guard and tell them to refuse to let ICE walk around the streets. That's what you should be doing. There's actually something else that the National Guard should be doing, but I can't say that. Mobilize your National Guard and tell them to defend the people. Read between the fucking lines there.
For that information in the captions below, please be sure to share it with your friends and neighbors. We care for one another in Hoboken, and we will be looking out for you. If you see anything that you want us to look into, please send us a DM or send an email. Reach out to our Office of Constituent Services if you need any sort of support whatsoever. We are going to continue to be here for one another and share all of the verified information that we can as a community. I know how frightening this information is, and I am deeply upset about everything that's happening right now. This is Hoboken Mayor Emily Jabbour. I'm here.
I got more for you here. This is how ICE is taking people down in New Jersey. Again, guys, there's a reason why I call them all fat-bodied fascists. I've never seen an in-shape ICE agent. And they are literally morbidly obese LARPers who like have always dreamed about being like a masked terrorist, and now they finally have the excuse to do it. On top of that, the government is paying them near $200,000 a year to be a Nazi. So, I mean, and again, there is the irony is not lost on me when it's a brown-skinned Nazi. It's like, brother, you do know you're the last one that's gonna get rounded up, right?
Get your hands off of him! no. What's your name?
Giovanni.
Cumpleaños?
28 de noviembre. I'm letting you know right now, ma'am, if you get any closer, I want to arrest you too.
Fuck you.
All right? So.
I love this woman. Yeah, no, literally, fuck you, you fat-bodied fascist fleshlight. Suck my fucking dick and eat my shitty asshole.
I'm telling you, don't get any closer.
I am allowed to film.
You can film, but don't get close.
I hope this fucking guy's kids get leukemia.
Fuck you.
Okay? That's not nice. That's not nice.
Fuck, are you shitting me?
That's not nice. Come on.
That's the fucking shit I'd be saying to them, bro. I can't fucking wait till I get my face in a fucking ICE officer, bro. I'm gonna tell him, be like, yo, you do know that your wife is cheating on you regularly and you've never once made her come and your fucking children despise you. Hopefully they get leukemia. I would like New York rage bait. This is New Jersey. Just you fucking wait till these fat-bodied Nazi fucks start walking around Broadway. You're gonna get rage baited into a fucking civil war, you pathetic swine.
Be a human being.
You be a human being. Are you swear to God?
Fine, go get a job. Go home.
I'm on my way to
You
work.
go get a job. Your fucking job is to be a slave catcher, you fucking disgusting, morbidly obese fucking Nazi piece of shit. I want that cocksucker enslaved immediately. Your fucking disgusting fat body isn't even saved by your bulletproof vest, bro. All your vital organs are revealed because you're too fucking fat for the job.
Jesus Christ. Hell no.
I'm letting you right now. If you come any near me, I'm letting you know right now.
I am allowed to
You're
keep
not
following
allowed
you.
to.
Whoa, whoa,
Yeah! Run, baby! Run, baby! Oh, damn it.
Where the fuck? Angry.
By the way, these are private cars. Like, this is that Nazi's private vehicle. They just removed the fucking plates. These are not federal vehicles.
Vete, güey, corre.
Where's your license plate?
It's there.
It's covered. Where is it? There's no fucking license plate. It's completely covered. You just kidnapped someone. Oh my God.
Oh my god, I think they're using the storm as a way to cover their plates with, like, dust and shit. I'm not, because I saw this the other day when I was driving. I saw a car in front of me where it had a plate on it, but you just could not read it because of, like, the dirt and dust. I think that they're doing that on purpose.
Holy fuck. That was ICE. They just took somebody.
It's pulling away. U40 RZF Ford Accord. I knocked on its window and it went away. Drove away. There was also another car here. V20 GFX. Can you roll down your window?
Third attempt at a super chat trying to speak on two-way rights. Thank you for the $5. At least the super chats are still working. I appreciate that.
I have a question. Are you police or?
No, I'm delivering a package, second floor, 6222.
Okay, you're delivering with what? With who?
Amazon.
With Amazon? Do you have like an Amazon?
So that is highly illegal. You cannot just like pretend to be a fucking Amazon delivery agent, Amazon delivery driver when you're actually a federal agent. That is highly fucking illegal.
On vest or something?
No, who are you?
No, I'm just asking.
Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.
Okay, this car, E20 GFX as well. Definitely ICE. And they're driving off. He's driving off too.
So this nation is occupied by a foreign invader. And the foreign invader, when yes, they are, a lot of them are native-born Americans, not Native Americans, but the foreign part of it is the fascist ideology. The United States of America has been invaded by fascist masked Nazis, okay? It is an irrefutable fact at this point. And if you are on their side, you are subhuman and you deserve to have all of your rights stripped away, and we should use you as slave labor for the rest of your miserable existence. I do mean that. I'm not being facetious. I really hope this ends up on Fox News. I would love to be interviewed about this, but we're at the point now where libtards think that they could fight fire with water, right? Which is funny because that is technically how you fight fire. But no, it's time to start fighting fire with fire, okay? If you don't want to lose all of your rights, then you need to take all of theirs, okay? That's it. Start to fight the fuck back. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships here. Anyway, Cheryl urges New Jersey residents to record ICE action on their phones. Now, that's ironic because the last person who recorded ICE action was murdered in cold blood, executed on the fucking street. His name was Alex Peretti. Mickey Sherrill, the newly inaugurated Democratic governor of New Jersey, said that her administration would soon begin collecting images of federal agents interacting with the public, cementing the state's growing opposition to the Führer's immigration crackdown. Ms. Sherrill, who was sworn in this month, made an announcement on Wednesday during an appearance on The Daily Show, urging residents to use their cell phones to record immigration officers. Now, we do need to be doing that. We do need to be collecting video footage so that when the tribunals come, we can enslave all of these people. ICE is eyeing Ohio next, where it is expected to start to target the Haitian immigrants. This is because of Donald Trump's, they're eating the cats and they're eating the dogs. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about in this video before we start filming the second video for the day, is my audio glitching? Is it glitching for everybody? Or is it just glitching for that one person? The iBlack Widow has gifted like 20 subs. Oh, thank you very much. I think it was just glitching for you. But anyway, in Texas, there is a district that was a plus 20 Trump district in 2024 that just moved to plus 12 for the Democrats. That is a 32-point swap. 32 points, and it is indicative of the fact that the American population, by and large, fucking hates Donald Trump. They like to call themselves the silent majority. No, you're the screaming minority. You're about 20% of the population. You're all wildly uneducated. You all make less than $50,000 a year. You're all fucking toothless. You live in fucking trailer parks. Like your mother is also your fucking aunt because you're incestual. You're all pathetic, and you literally contribute fuck all to the society. You're welfare queens, which is ironic because you fucking hate welfare, but this is also irrefutable fact. Red states, they take more welfare than any other fucking states. So you all bitch and moan about government assistance when you actually need it to survive because you're all fat-bodied, diabetes-ridden, disgusting troglodytes, and you have like an 8th grade education, if that, right? But there's a Texas district that flipped so fucking hard that even Trump is starting to shit in his little pants, as we watched in the beginning. Democrat Taylor Remmett wins a reliably Republican Texas state Senate seat, stunning the GOP. Democrat Taylor Remmett won a special election for the Texas State Senate on Saturday, flipping a reliably Republican district that President Donald Trump won by 17 points in 2024. Do we have... Oh, no, I'm not fucking giving you money. The district is redder than its home. Trump won the county by 5 points in 2024, but Democratic President Joe Biden carried it out in 2020 by about 18,000 votes. But we're starting to see deep red districts swapping over. Somebody says, I feel like he's more focused on hating MAGA rather than doing his part. No, I do my part, and part of my part is shaming MAGA. We have moved past the point of forgiveness. MAGA vermin need to be shamed into silence for the rest of their existence. They did this to us. They cannot be forgiven. If they abandon Donald, they can join the fight, but they need to be in the back of the line, and their mouths need to be sewn shut. Because every single thing that the conservatives have advocated for has dismantled this country. Every single thing that the conservatives want, it benefits pedophiles, it benefits billionaires, it does nothing to help the American people. It actually makes us suffer more, okay? So in reality, what we should be doing is listening to what conservatives want and then giving them the exact inverse. That is the only way to make this country succeed, okay? Because Conservatives are subhuman. They're inferior. They're vermin. They advocate for policies that literally destroy their own lives because they are incapable of logic. They're incapable of critical thinking. They should be not only ignored, but listen to what they say, give them the complete opposite. Their lives will be better. All right, moving on. I'm gonna listen to Adam Kinzinger here. Friend of the show.
Hey guys, there was massive news out of Texas last night. A seat near Dallas, Fort Worth area went actually for the Democrats. This is a seat that Trump had won. It's a state Senate seat, but Trump had won it by, I think, 17%. And now the Democrats won by, I think it was close to a 12-point victory, which is pretty massive. What it shows is there's a lot of enthusiasm for the Democratic side. Republicans are not enthused, and especially if you think on the heels here of the Epstein files and how I'm seeing a ton of Republicans actually on X saying things like they're done, they're out, they're tired of Trump.
Oh, well, those aren't real MAGA. As Donald Trump said on Truth Social, if you want to see the Epstein files, you are fake MAGA. That's not me. That's what Donald Trump said. So if any of you want to see the Epstein files, you're not real MAGA.
Doesn't mean that's happening in a huge way, but it just means there are anecdotal things out there. But this is showing an enthusiasm gap. And this is the kind of thing when I ran in 2010 and there was the big red wave, this is the kind of thing that would happen before that. Now, that doesn't mean it's automatic and it doesn't mean to rest, but it's a really big deal.
Shout out to a friend of the show, Adam Kinzinger. All right. Confidence in Trump dips and fewer now say they support his policies and plans. Trump's approval rating stands at 37%. That is abysmally low for him. Once it hits 30%, it's actually fucking Jover. By more than 2 to 1, Americans say the regime's actions have been worse than they expected. 50% of Americans. Only 27% of Americans say that they support all or most of Trump's policies and plans, down from 25. So he's at 20% approval. That is absolutely fucking pathetic. 34% of Americans say they are extremely or very confident that Trump has the leadership skills. Well, granted, 34% of Americans are mentally retarded, so that is acceptable. Similarly, about half say they are not too or not at all confident Trump has the mental fitness, about 52%. Okay, that's pretty decent. I think I got one more thing to show you, or maybe I showed you this in the beginning. This is me at the Ice Out protests. I just wanted to flex on you because I look damn good and the fucking media loves to follow me. All right, we have more to talk about. We're going to do that in tonight's video at 7 o'clock p.m. We're going to be talking about the Epstein files. We're going to be talking about Elon Musk and the Epstein files. We're going to be talking about Trump suing Trevor Noah, trying to get him off the air. We have a lot to talk about in that video. If you want to see that off the rip, just click that join button. You'll become a member. You can see that video as soon as it's uploaded. If not, it will be available to the public at 7 o'clock p.m. Other than that, thank you very much for tuning into the Valenti VOD. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It costs you nothing, and it helps me immensely. Do me one last favor. Click that video over there. It's a banger, and I know bangers. All right, that's a banger. Let's get that uploaded, and then we're going to work on our second video for the day, and then we're going to call it. All right? So this one, we're going to make a thumbnail with, like, it's going to be mainly focused on how we know who the terrorists were that murdered Alex Preddy. Okay, that's the video. Then we're going to make a thumbnail. Did you guys make a thumbnail? If you didn't, it's fine. I can make it, but I just wanted to check. Documents. This is episode 370. How you guys doing? Start of the week, you know, everybody hates a fucking Monday, I'm sure. Excuse me. All right. Thank you for the $5. Can you remind me, who is Charlie Kirk? We are Charlie Kirk. We carry the flame. We fight for the gospel and honor his name. We are Charlie Kirk. There we go. All right, A/B testing. Let's go with breaking. Ice. Alex Preddy's executioners have been identified as Jesus Ochoa and how do you spell Raimundo Gutierrez? Oh, there it was. Raimundo Gutierrez. 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 Okay. I think I spelled that right. Oh, I did not. Gutierrez. Gutierrez. Okay. It's going to need a little bit of a tweak. Check Trump's truth. I will in 1 second. I'll get that queued up and ready to go. Two of the 8 Nazis that executed. Alrighty. All right, let me check Trump's truth. One of you told me to check it. Not only wasn't I friendly with Jeffrey Epstein, but based on information that has just been released by the Department of Justice, Epstein and a sleazebag lying author named Michael Wolff conspired in order to damage me and or my presidency. So much for the radical left's hope against hope, some of whom I'll be suing. Additionally, unlike so many people that like to talk trash, I never went to the infested Epstein Island, but almost all of these crooked Democrats and their donors did. Okay, yeah, no, you definitely went to the island. And also Michael Wolff. Michael Wolff is our fucking hero. Michael Wolff was embedded with Jeffrey Epstein, gathering all of this intelligence. Part of the reason why we know all of this stuff is because of Michael Wolff. You know, so what's the old phrase? It's like, you got to keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. You know, Michael Wolff was involved in a lot of this stuff, but as almost like a spy, like an undercover operation. He was gathering all this intelligence. You know, he's been the one who's been slowly spilling us out. But also, you know, Trump is doing himself zero fucking favors right now. Also, there's no shot that he read any of the recent releases, because all of these recent releases of the Epstein files incriminate him more than he's ever been incriminated before. So I actually do think that he's like definitely hasn't read it, and he's surrounded, because don't forget, this is a geriatric man with dementia. He's surrounded by people who are like, Mr. President, the new Epstein files were released and your name wasn't mentioned once. Meanwhile, the whole world is like reading his name over and over again. And maybe they have him on like a baby phone, you know, like a fake phone that they give to a baby. Maybe they have him on something like that where he doesn't have, because we already know that he's not really the one posting these Truth Social things. We already know that, because recently it was like, he was asked about the Texas special election. He goes, oh, I don't know anything about that. But he had just posted on Truth Social all about it, you know? All right. Oh, I got to make an advertisement. So the Fuhrer shit his fucking pants sitting at the Oval Office. It was so loud it was caught on a hot mic because fat-bodied pedophile Donald Trump can't control his bowels, partially because he's got fucking dementia, he eats like a literal fucking pig, he doesn't believe in exercise, and his body is fucking failing. Other than that, 2 of the 8 Nazis that executed Alex Preddy in the street have been identified. One of their names is Jesus Ochoa, the other one is Raimundo Gutierrez. No, the irony is not lost on me that they are Latinos. They are unaware that at the end of this operation, they're going to get rounded up too. What else? Texas special election. That was a plus 20 Trump district is now a plus 12 Democrat district. That's a 32-point split. That is fucking devastating for Donald, and it is just proof that the silent majority is actually the screaming minority. Maybe about 20% of the population is on board. Granted, about 20% of the population is fucking retarded, so I fully expect that. I actually do expect 20% of the population to say yes to anything. Anything you ask them. You can say, would you want to destroy this nation and create the Attack on Titan world? They go, yeah. About 20% of the population will fall for all of that shit. New Epstein releases incriminate Donald Trump even more than he's ever been incriminated. And for some fucking reason, because he's probably got like a baby phone, like a fake phone. This is what he just posted. I can't really flip it, but I'll read it to you. Not only wasn't I friendly with Jeffrey Epstein, but based on information that has just been released by the Justice Department, Epstein and a sleazebag lying author named Michael Wolff conspired in order to damage me and or my presidency. So much for the radical left's hope against hope, some of whom I'll be suing. Additionally, unlike so many people that like to talk trash, I never went to the infested Epstein Island, but almost all of these crooked Democrats and their donors did. Again, if you believe that Donald Trump never went to the Epstein Island, you're fucking retarded. Cancel me for saying it. I don't care. I don't fucking care. The goddamn libs are like, don't say that! Don't say that! Meanwhile, they're fucking executing us in the street. Get ready to fight fire with fire, you fucking pussies. Anyway, whole new YouTube video on that. At 7 o'clock p.m. tonight, the public is going to get access to my other video that's going to be talking about Elon Musk's collaboration with Epstein and him begging to go to Epstein Island because he's such a fucking loser. Yeah. Whole new YouTube video. Go check it out. Go check it out. New YouTube video. New YouTube video. New YouTube video. And if you're triggered, let me know down below. There's nothing I love more than triggering vermin. All right. All right. All right. All right. Don't share your screen. Oh, God. Guys, don't send me shit that I can't share my screen with. These paintings hang in the EU building. Yeah, I've seen weird paintings like that before in the UN building. Yeah, that's just creepy. That's just creepy. All right, let's get this uploaded.
So the Fuhrer shit his fucking pants sitting at the Oval Office. Out and it's caught on a hot.
The virgin Elon versus the Chad Chris Valenti. No, Elon's not a virgin, but he's also never had consensual sex. Read with that what you will. There's uncensored child porn in the files. Yeah. It's the FBI, dude. It's led by fucking Kash Patel. What did you expect? Did you expect them to, like, make sure they didn't cut corners? Excuse me. Your boy Hassan is live. Fuck! Let me get Hassan in the fucking cube. You know, because if Hassan is live, that means I'm going to lose viewers. Because that motherfucker has monopolized the very industry that he wants to socialize. Goddamn motherfucker. And now it says Hassan is better on the cube. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. New episode of the Valenti VOD and related video. That one, upload. All right, now let's get that on Instagram as well. Yeah, no, we're literally the anti-Hassan Hassanabi heads. Not because Hassan is bad. Hassan is great. Hassan is my liege. He is my king, you know, but he's my Lisan al-Gaib. But Hassan, let me have this. Let me have this. Stay on Twitch. Let me have this, you son of a fuck. I'm doing what I can. I'm trying to grow. Goddamn bastard. Goddamn bastard. He can at least tune into the show. He can at least tune in. You know? You fuck. New episode of the Valenti VOD. He got banned from Twitch, didn't he? I think he's unbanned already. Russia's talking about nuking Starlink. Good. They should. What all have you covered today? Trump shit his pants. We identified 2 of the 8 Nazis that executed Alex Preddy. Texas special election. ICE cruelty in New Jersey. I think that's all we covered. Valenti, everything about right was. Are you having a stroke, Anthony? Someone ran away from the obese ICE officers. We covered that. We covered that. We had that as well. There we go. All right, those are done. We can move on to the second video of the day. All right. So I think what we'll do, we'll start with what Trevor Noah said. Then we'll move into what Trump said about Trevor Noah. Then we'll move into Trump's second lash out about Trevor Noah. What have we learned from the newly released Epstein files? Is there anything in here that we didn't know? All right, we'll have those. Yeah, this is good. We'll have these. We'll have that one. I'm going to go through that. All right, that'll do. Pardon me, but if you have you heard Sasha Riley's interview? Makes the Trump shitting himself make a lot more sense. I didn't listen to the full like 4.5 hours, but if somebody can quickly sum up why Trump shits his pants without getting banned, because I don't know if you have to say something fucked up, but like what are you implying here? What are you implying? Somebody's got to let me know what you're implying. Sasha Riley shoved a tent peg in his ass. As like self-defense? Ooh. Ooh. I like that. Granted, he'd be dead. Like Sasha Riley would be dead if he did that. They would have killed him. They would have killed him. He was beaten for days. Oh. It wasn't, it was a girl, a random girl did that? And then he got airlifted. Damn. Chris, would you rather get interviewed by Chris Cuomo or Nick Fuentes? Probably Nick Fuentes, because like then I'd be able to like call him slurs. I've told you guys before, never once have you heard me drop the F slur, but I will drop that as soon as I get a chance to call Nick Fuentes one. Not even kidding. Without fucking hesitation, I'll be like, hey man, as somebody who is an ally, as somebody who represents the left, as somebody who has no problem with the LGBTQ, I need you to understand. You are a bigger than every gay person I've ever met. You are king of the... I'm going to do that. I'm going to do, and it'll probably go super viral because it's, you know, edgy, but like, yeah, no, I'll literally call him that. I'm not even fucking kidding. Because also, you gotta understand, it's that word also, like, it has more impact on people like him. Same thing with ICE agents, bro. You know, you call an ICE agent a fascist, they don't give a shit. You call an ICE agent a... That'll hit them in their soul. That'll hit them in their fucking soul. And I do need more gay people to be doing that, bro. If you are gay, if you're LGBTQ and you're at an ICE protest, I need you to be calling ICE agents the F slur. Because that's what really hurt. They're too stupid to know what fascism even is. But they do know what that other word is. They do know what the other fucking F word is. You guys gotta be doing that. You gotta be doing that. You have to. You know? Yes, thank you, because the only thing that matters to these fascists is their feign of masculinity. That's all it is. That's all it is. Fan creation? Let's see it. I like that. I like that. All right, we got one more video to make. I got to fill up my coffee. All right. I'm going to leave you with some fascism and go fill up my coffee. In order to fully understand this, we got to go back in time to the 1800s. You see, Germany, it didn't unify until 1871. It was just a whole bunch of warring groups fighting at the behest of the Dutch and the French, right? But finally, they unify after the Franco-Prussian War under one flag and one emperor, Otto von Bismarck. Right, so the Germans, they had witnessed the rise of these great European powers around them, like Spain and France, and especially Great Britain, who had conquered 80% of the planet at that point. And so this newly formed empire, they wanted a taste of colonial power. They start building colonies in places like Africa. They start to boom with their industry, and they become an economic powerhouse of Europe, right? Quickly adopting the practice of capitalism and showing the world what German capitalism is capable of. And these frugal German people, they amass their wealth, hoping to pass it on to the next generation with this looming question: will the next generation be better than the first? So as we approach the 1890s, right, the Germans, they're getting a taste of empire, right? And they're really liking what they taste. So they get this newly appointed emperor. His name is Kaiser Wilhelm II. And Kaiser is German for Caesar, which is quite apropos because Kaiser Wilhelm II, he has this bright idea. He starts to get this itch for war, right? And he wants to bring these proud and German people into their first ever war. And as Germans do, there's no half measures. So the first war for the German Empire is World War I, the deadliest conflict in human history up until that point, right? And the Germans, the toll on them is immense. The Germans have... All right. Y'all ready to make a second video? Somebody send me a super chat so I know it's still working. Somebody send me a super chat so I know it's still working. Worried it might not be working. Worried it may not be working. Thanks for becoming a member for 1 month, Spooky. Appreciate that. That ain't a super chat. We don't know if it's still working. Whose lightsaber is that? That's Darth Vader's. That's Darth Vader's. Thank you for the super chats. You fucking idiots.
Yeah, give him the money. Actually, I don't even know if that's working. That doesn't seem like it's working. A little bit more, please.
I'm just fucking with you guys. You know how it is. This is real independent media. I got no sponsors, no advertisers. You know, motherfuckers like Hassan made... Dude, Hassan made $18,000 in one stream. He made $18,000 in one live stream. What? I mean, granted, he gave all that money, donated it all. It's for a good cause. But, like, holy fuck, dude. Holy fuck. It's bizarre to me. It's bizarre to me. That's more than Luigi's surgery cost. All right. And I gave him money. I gave him $50 during that stream, thinking he might fucking read my chat, and he didn't. Didn't even read the chat. Hassan, what does eat the rich word? Oh, dude, who gives a fuck how big his house is, dude? Socialism is not when poor. He also lives with his entire fucking family. He paid off his entire family's college debt. The guy is a good man, and he has done nothing fucking wrong by living in a nice house, bro. That is, like, for fuck's sake, guys. None of that fucking matters. None of that matters. At least you see us, King. Appreciate it. Anyway. And also, guys, I hope you understand. One day I'm going to have a nice house. I'm going to have a nice house. Doesn't mean that I've abandoned my fucking principles. You know? And if that's all it takes for you to think that someone's abandoned their principles, then you don't even have principles. Like, you think that just because someone lives in a nice house means that they are like a hyper-capitalist pig? It means nothing. Can we come live with you? You can live in the commune. You can't live in my house, though. Colombian president is in the U.S. for a meeting with Trump tomorrow. He is our socialist king, and I can't wait to see Trump bend the knee again. Oh, if you think that's going to happen, you're very wrong. No, that man will bend the knee to Donald Trump in order to prevent the invasion of his nation, because Trump has threatened Colombia is next. No, that man is not going to stand up for his people. Never in a million fucking years. He's going to bend the knee. I'll bet you money on that. I'll bet you money on that, Bailey. Bet you money on that. Trump already bent to him. I doubt it. I doubt it. Trump says one thing and does another. I'll bet you we have a military operation in Colombia before the summer. Anyway. All right. So we're going to talk about Trump threatening to sue Trevor Noah. And the Epstein files. And Elon Musk. All right, let's do it. Y'all ready? Thank you for the $5. Y'all ready? Chris signed me up to be your indentured servant. No, you're my slave. Y'all ready? All right. As we all know, Donald J. Trump is a sex trafficking pedophile, and he went to Epstein's Island multiple times. He was Jeffrey Epstein's best friend. He was actually one of the leaders, one of the ringleaders of the whole trafficking operation. It was Jeffrey Epstein, Donald Trump, Jean-Luc Brunel, and John Casablancas. Jean-Luc Brunel mysteriously died by hanging in his prison cell. Jeffrey Epstein mysteriously died by hanging in his prison cell. John Casablancas died of natural causes. The only one left standing is Donald Trump. And he believes that he can hide his, his pedophilic nature, but he really can't. Trevor Noah from The Daily Show, he was giving a speech at the Grammys. He was emceeing the Grammys, and he threw out, what everybody fucking knows, which is Donald Trump went to Epstein's Island. And Trump had a fucking crash out, posted 2 times on Truth Social. I haven't refreshed it. Maybe he even posted again. I'm going to double check real quick. Just crashing the fuck out, threatening to sue Trevor Noah, threatening to get him off the air, threatening to do what he did to Jimmy Kimmel, but to Trevor Noah. Granted, what he did to Jimmy Kimmel didn't fucking work. So we're going to be talking about that. On top of that, we have what have we learned in the most recent Epstein files? Like a whole bunch of shit, involving Steve Tisch, the guy who runs, what is that? Is it the New York Giants or the Jets? Something like that. He's involved in sports. Prince Andrew, as we all know, Bill Clinton, a whole lot of shit just came out. Elon Musk. He's got a weird-ass fucking email. Elon Musk was begging Jeffrey to let him go to the island. And they literally pretended like the pedophile cabal had, ended just so that they didn't have to hang out with Elon Musk because he's such a fucking loser. Even the pedophile cabal doesn't want to hang out with him. Yankees. Or Giants, whatever. Go fuck yourself, guys. And then we're going to look at one of these little Epstein things that I covered in one of my recent videos, and it's so fucking heinous, I don't even know if I'm going to get away with reading it out loud, but we're going to try. We are going to try. Anyway, before we do start, hi, how you doing? I'm Chris Valenti. Welcome to the Valenti VOD. This is real independent media. I've never had a conversation with a sponsor or an advertiser or a government or a PAC or a billionaire or any of that shit that you're fucking used to, okay? So if you do want to support this channel financially, because dissidents of the regime do not make much money here, there's a couple of ways that you could help me out. Financially, you could get posters like like the Democratic Socialist poster, the Duty Calls poster. We got merch like hoodies and shirts and mugs, all that located down below. You can click the thanks button down below to tip me directly. You can click the join button down below to become a member of the channel for $5. That'll give you access to member-only content, and it'll give you access to some really cool emotes. And then the last way to help me out is by becoming a patron on Patreon. You can donate $1, $5, $10, whatever you want. A huge shout out to anybody who's ever donated $1 to this channel. You guys have given me the opportunity to have a job that I truly fucking love, and I am a megaphone for you. You gave me the platform, and I will make your voice fucking louder, because if there's one damn good thing I'm good at, it's telling a story and telling it loud. Other than that, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That shit costs you nothing and it helps me immensely. But without further ado, let's just dive in. First thing I want to show you is what Trevor Noah said at the Grammys, which, to be honest, it isn't even that fucking bad. Get a look.
That is a Grammy that every artist wants.
On the right side of the screen, you're seeing Trump's response. I'll be reading that for you afterwards.
Almost as much as Trump wants Greenland, which makes sense. I mean, because Epstein's island is gone, he needs a new one to hang out with Bill Clinton. So, oh, I told you it's my last year.
And also, you hear like the laughing and the cheering of the crowd, right? Don't forget that all of that in the crowd, that's all like Hollywood elite, right? And Trump was never accepted into that crowd. They always fucking hated him. The same thing happened in New York, right? He tried to be involved in that, I forgot the name of what they call that crowd, but like the crowd that goes to the wildly expensive dinners and the wildly expensive bars, like the very, very rich people, right? Trump has always wanted to be accepted into that crowd, but they always fucking hated him because he's a, you know, a fat-bodied, closeted fucking fraud, right? You know, my dad was a businessman, and he said that everybody knew not to do business with Donald Trump. You took pictures with Trump because the stupidest people in the world would see that picture and think that you're a good businessman, but you had to be retarded to actually go into business with Trump. He stiffs everybody. He's a terrible businessman. He goes bankrupt. He likes to steal. He's a son of a bitch, right? But so that's what Trevor Noah said. Very, you know, pretty low key. I don't even think that's that big of a deal. And here is Trump's response. There's two posts. So here's the first post. The Grammy Awards are the worst, virtually unwatchable. CBS is lucky not to have this garbage litter their airwaves any longer. The host, Trevor Noah, whoever he may be, bullshit, you know who Trevor Noah is. Why the fuck are you pretending like you don't know who Trevor Noah is? The host, Trevor Noah, whoever he may be, is almost as bad as Jimmy Kimmel at the low ratings Academy Awards. Now, there's a reason why I put up Jimmy Kimmel's name. It's because he's threatening to sue Trevor Noah and get him kicked off the air the way that he did to Jim Yam Killiam for like, what? I think it was like a week or some shit. Almost as bad as Jimmy Kimmel at the low ratings Academy Awards. Noah said incorrectly about me that Donald Trump and Bill Clinton spent time on Epstein Island. Wrong! I can't speak for Bill, but I have never been to Epstein Island. That's a lie. This is a pedophile rapist who went to that island numerous times and raped multiple children. Nor anywhere close, and until tonight's false and defamatory statement, I have never been accused of being there, not even by the fake news media. Again, not true. You have been accused of being there so many fucking times. Noah, a total loser, better get his facts straight and get them straight fast. It looks like I'll be sending my lawyers to sue this poor, pathetic, talentless dope of an MC and suing him for plenty of money. Ask little George Slapadopoulos and others how that all worked out. Also ask CBS, get ready, Noah, I'm gonna have some fun with you. President DJT. I guarantee you he said this same statement to a little boy named Noah before he raped him. Guaranteed. That's probably why he's so capable of saying it off the rippity-bo-bippity. And then there was one other post that he had just made. Here it is. Not only wasn't I friendly with Jeffrey Epstein, but based upon information that has just been released by the Department of Justice, Epstein and a sleazebag lying author named Michael Wolff conspired in order to damage me and or my presidency. So much for the radical left's hope against hope, some of whom I'll be suing. Additionally, unlike so many people that like to talk trash, I never went to the infested Epstein Island, but almost all of these crooked Democrats and their donors did. You know, for somebody who has nothing to hide, you're really going on a fucking large defense here. Real strong defense from a guy who's trying to claim that he has absolutely fucking nothing to hide. Well, how about this, Donnie Diddles, kids? If you got nothing to hide, release the rest of the 6 million files. You're not going to do that because that last batch, it includes what you did to these kids after you raped them, which is murder. That's what you fucking did. I mean, some of us listen to the Sasha Riley tapes. I mean, half the reason why you shit your fucking pants all the time is because when you were raping somebody, they shoved a tent stake clean up there. And now you got a fucked up rectum. At least that's what it says according to the Sasha Riley files. Allegedly. Allegedly, Donald. Prove me wrong. Prove us all wrong. Come on. Prove us all fucking wrong. You dirty, disgusting piece of shit. All right, so now what have we learned from the recent Epstein files? We're going to read a lot of these headlines here. So, former Prince Andrew invited Epstein to Buckingham Palace after release from house arrest. So this is after Jeff was actually charged as a child rapist. Sarah Ferguson described Epstein as the brother she always wanted. That's Mountbatten Windsor's former wife, Sarah Ferguson. Why do they look like that? Who is that? I don't want to be like, I don't know if this person is a mental disability or not, so I don't want to like go too hard, but like, is that incest or is that like a you know, like a mental disability sort of thing? All right, doesn't matter. Epstein sent money to Peter Mandelson's husband. Epstein sent $10,000 to Lord Mandelson's husband, Reinaldo Avila da Silva, in the year after his conviction. The email suggests that this is a fund to an osteopathy course. The FBI received allegations about Donald Trump's links to Epstein. Elon Musk asked Epstein about parties on his island. One of them said, what day and night would be the wildest party on your island? Head of the LA Olympics Committee emailed Maxwell about massages and leather outfits. That's Casey Wasserman. New York Giants co-owner Steve Tisch mentioned hundreds of times. We read some of these emails where he said, this is Steve Tisch's official response to this. We had a brief association where we exchanged emails about adult women, and in addition, we discussed movies, philanthropy, and investments. I did not take him up on any of his invitations, and I never went to his island. As we all know now, he was a terrible person and someone I deeply regret associating with. I don't believe that. My audio's glitching? My audio is glitching, you say? No glitches for you guys? It's probably a glitch on your side or something. I don't really know. Can't really help you. We're good. Epstein lawyers discussed the possibility of cooperation with prosecutors days before his death. So that this is just more proof that he was assassinated because he was getting ready to actually work alongside them. FBI and prosecutors met with Epstein's attorneys, who in very general terms discussed the possibility of a resolution of the case and the possibility of the defendant's cooperation. So this is why Donald Trump had him assassinated, is because he was about to actually tell the fucking truth on all of this. All right, now we're going to read one of the emails here. So not only is this an email, so you have to read it from bottom up, but Jeffrey Epstein was Mossad, and Mossad is Israeli, and in Israel they speak Hebrew, so we're going to have to read this in reverse. That's a joke. That's a stupid joke, but, you know, all right, regardless. Let's read it from the bottom up here. Now, I don't even know if this is real or not, but I'm going to roll with it and pretend it is. So from Elon Musk to Jeffrey Epstein, epic island vacation is the subject. Hi, Jeff. I was thinking of flying down for an epic vacation. Blank told me you were planning a party. Girls FTW! I cleared my calendar. What are the details? Thank you, good sir. Part of the reason why I believe this is real is because this is exactly how Elon Musk talks. He's like, you know, an absolute fucking loser. So that is very believable. So then that email is forwarded from Jeffrey Epstein to Ghislaine Maxwell. Right? And he says, deal with this. Thank you. This is where it's hilarious. Ghislaine Maxwell then responds to Elon Musk and says, I'm so sorry, Elon. You just missed Jeff. He actually told me he was thinking of winding down the entire Little St. James operation. Bummer. If it starts up again, we'll be sure to let you know. That's not true. They didn't tone down the operation. Elon Musk is just so fucking weird, such a fucking creep, such a fucking loser, so fucking annoying that even the Epstein class billionaire child rapists didn't want to hang out with him. Do you understand what that is? That's like being so racist and demented that like the actual Nazi party of Germany was like, nein, we do not like to affiliate ourselves with it. It's like there was a fucking There was a goddamn newspaper back in the day in Nazi Germany, newspaper that was, what the fuck was it called? It was even too far for the Nazis. I think it was called Der Stürmer, right? Yeah, Der Stürmer. Yeah, it gives Der Stürmer type shit. So there in Nazi Germany, there was this newspaper called Der Stürmer, and it was so fucking egregious that the Nazis didn't even want to be affiliated with it. That's the type of shit that we're talking about. It's like Elon Musk is so fucking annoying and gross and pathetic and a loser that the most fucked up people on this planet didn't even want to hang out with him. That's the reality, bro. It's disgusting. It's so fucking disgusting. Okay, now the last thing I want to show you was compiled by Midas Touch, and it's being covered by Brute America here. This is verified news here. We're going to read this. I'm going to try my best to read this. Serious trigger warning here. I know a lot of you consider yourselves to be tough and like you're used to fucked up shit. This is disgusting. This is fucking disgusting what we're about to read, okay? I'm going to have to use TikTok language, okay? I'm gonna have to use TikTok language, like on a live instead of kill type shit, because this is heinous. All right, please prepare yourself. Take this seriously. These are from some of the recent Epstein page. By the way, when these were released, the DOJ, like people like me, started to cover it. They immediately deleted it. Because I don't think that they meant to do this, because these files are being run by the Department of Justice and the FBI. It's like fucking Kash Patel and Pam Bondi. They're fucking retarded. They don't know what they're doing. All right, here we go. Complainant reported his ex-girlfriends blank and blank were victims of Epstein's, and one was murdered while working as a limousine driver. Complainant recalled picking up Donald Trump in 1995 to take him to Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. During that ride, complainant recalled some of the things that Trump spoke about on his cell phone were very concerning and described being, quote, a few seconds from pulling the limousine over the median and within a few seconds of pulling him out of the car and hurting him due to some of the things he was saying. Complainant noted Trump repeatedly stated the name Jeffrey while on the phone. One of the complainant's ex-girlfriends, blank, told complainant Trump raped her, as did Epstein. Oh, what did I just do? Next photo. Okay. Blank reported an unidentified female friend who was forced to perform oral sex on President Trump approximately 35 years ago in New Jersey. The friend told Alexis that she was approximately 13 to 14 years old when this occurred, and the friend allegedly bit President Trump while performing oral sex. The friend was allegedly hit in the face after she laughed about biting President Trump. The friend said she was also abused by Epstein. Online complainant reported she was a victim and witness to a sex trafficking ring at the Trump golf course in Rancho Palos Verdes, California between 1995 and 1996. Complainant reported Ghislaine Maxwell as the madam and broker for sex parties, clients whom included Epstein, Robin Leach, and Donald Trump. Complainant reported participating in orgies and that some girls went missing, rumored to have been murdered and buried at the facility. Complainant reported being threatened by Trump's then head of security, that if she ever talked of what went on here or who she was, he would, quote, he would end up as fertilizer for the back 9 holes like the other cunts. I need body sniffing dogs at every single Trump golf course. Friendly reminder that this, what I'm about to tell you, isn't conspiracy. This is confirmed. Trump's first wife, who mysteriously died, is buried in an unmarked grave at one of his golf courses so that he could pay less taxes, because now it's a cemetery. That's the type of man we're talking about. I need body sniffing dogs at every single Trump golf course in this fucking world, not just this nation, even the ones in the fucking UK, looking for these bodies. Because I firmly believe this is the shit that they've been doing, bro. Snuff films were very popular in like fascist societies. It became very popular in the early 1900s in Germany. I think that's what they were doing. I think that at the end of all of this, they put these kids in the ground. I think they put these kids in the ground. More. This is the one we just read. This is the next one. Complainant following up after a call with NYPD officer regarding her previous tip, reporting that she was forced to perform sex acts when she was 13 years old and pregnant in 1984. Complainant also reported that there were high-profile individuals involved in her sex trafficking and the murder and disposal of her newborn daughter. So this is the person who claimed that her own uncle and Donald Trump and a whole bunch of other pedophilic elites raped her when she was pregnant, and then when the baby was born, Donald Trump and one other man were present to take that baby, murder it, and dispose of it in Lake Michigan. You heard me right. That's what I just said. That is what is in the files. Let's keep on reading. Complainant reported Donald Trump participated regularly in paying money to force her to perform sex acts with him, and alleged that Trump was present when her uncle murdered her newborn child. Now, again, the only reason why her uncle would probably have done that is if it was his child. All right, more. Caller reported that in 1987, a friend, Victim 1, was out drinking and ended up at Trump Plaza. Victim 1 saw Donald Trump and wanted to meet him. An unknown man approached her and offered to introduce her to Trump. The unknown man gave Victim 1 a drink, and Victim 1 woke up naked and sore with $300 on the bed. Victim 1 didn't remember how she got to the room. She remembered seeing a flash of Trump's face. Victim 1 called the caller and told her she thought she had been raped. Victim 1 did not go to the hospital to have a rape kit performed because she didn't think anyone would believe her, especially because she was drunk. Victim 1's husband's business had problems with suppliers, and Victim 1 believed Trump was behind it. Victim 1 also started dating a lawyer, identifiers unknown, who was married. Victim 1 had a fight with her lawyer boyfriend and went to a bar. Victim 1 left a bar with a man who no one in the bar recognized, but who seemed familiar with Victim 1. Victim 1 was never seen again. A few years ago, remains were discovered that matched the description of what Victim 1 was wearing when she went missing. DNA tests at the time were inconclusive. Donald Trump, the president, had parties at Mar-a-Lago called Calendar Girls. Okay, this is the one that is so unbelievably disgusting, I'm going to have to use TikTok language. This one is so unbelievably disgusting, and I would like to remind you that when we read these files, we feel disgust and enraged. When conservatives read these files, they feel jealousy and they feel turned on because they love this shit. Conservatives love pedophilia. They had a bigger problem with Trump having potentially blown Bill Clinton than with him having potentially raped children. And this is because conservatives are Bible thumpers. They believe that as soon as a child has their first period, it means that they're ready. That's what these people are. People in quotes, okay? Here we go. Donald Trump, the president, had parties at Mar-a-Lago called Calendar Girls. Jeffrey Epstein would bring the children in and Trump would auction them off. He measured the children's blank, their private parts, by entering a finger and rated the children on tightness. The guests were elder men and included Elon Musk, Don Jr., Donald Trump, Ivanka Trump, and Eric Trump. Attorney Alan Dershowitz was also there with attorney Bob Shapiro. They were taken in rooms, forced to give oral sex to Donald J. Trump, forced to allow them to penetrate us. I was 13 years old when Donald J. Trump raped me. Ghislaine Maxwell was also present. I need every single Trump supporter to understand that this stuff is you now. I don't care if you never went to the island. I don't care if you've never done anything to a child. If you are capable of supporting this, you are one of them, and you will do what they did. You will do that. If you're capable of defending this, look me in my eyes. If you are capable of defending this, you are subhuman. I mean that. You do not deserve human rights. You should be treated like an animal. And not in a good way. Ladies and gentlemen, the United States of America has fallen to a pedophilic death cult that worships a billionaire sex trafficking child rapist. And every single person who wears that red hat is complacent. Every single person who voted for Donald Trump is a collaborator of the billionaire pedophile cabal. All of them. Not one of you is innocent. If I were you, I'd burn the hat, I'd get rid of all the photos, and I would live a life of shame, and I would pretend that I never supported this in the first place. Because admitting that you did is going to be the equivalent of going into your grandfather's attic and finding a swastika. You are not men. You are not humans. Anyway, that's all I got for you. If you're here live, you stay. We got to make a thumbnail. If you're watching this pre-recorded, thank you very much for tuning into the Valenti VOD. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It costs you nothing, and it helps me immensely. Do me one last favor. Click that video right over there. It's a banger, and I know bangers. Oh, God. God. Any maggots in here? There's got to be at least one maggot. Could you pretend to be brave for a second and say that you support Donald Trump? I just need somebody to bully for a second. I need somebody to make fun of. It's got to be very hard to admit that you're a Trump supporter nowadays. Very hard. Embarrassing, even. All right, let's make a thumbnail. Blizzy, I love your videos. I'm wondering why you say the midterms are useless. I didn't say the midterms are useless. I said that the midterms are the last chance to fight back against these fascists legally. It's not useless. It is the last chance. Granted, also, Trump is doing everything he can to rig that election. Have you seen Alex Jones cope? I've seen Alex Jones coping a lot. I haven't seen anything recent. Or like the most recent one, no. We're gonna need more Trump and Epstein. Love your demeanor and your energy. I want to help your channel, but it won't let me say certain things on here. Where do we reach out? I have a Discord. You can go in there, and then we also have I have like a work email, which is accessible through the Discord. What photo are we gonna use for this? My sister's MAGA. I barely speak to her anymore. I completely cut off my half brother because he's MAGA. I mean, I haven't talked to him in a long time. I don't plan on ever speaking to him again. Not even joking. That's what it takes. Episode 371. What? What the fuck? Hold on. I think this is such an insane photo of him. Now, this is a real photo of Donald standing on the roof of the White House. Oh wait, this isn't fully extended. Now it is. Thank you for the $8. Hmm. Am I dyslexic or retarded? The truth shall set you free. You guys dig that? You guys dig that? Yep. That might be one of my better ones. All right, 3 titles. QAnon was right. Is QAnon one word or 2? Oh, there's a capital A in QAnon, okay. When you can, check out your Discord links page. I will try. QAnon was right. No space between you and free? Oh, thank you. Wait. Yeah, there is. Yeah, there was. It just didn't look like it, but there is one. It just didn't look like it. There is one, though. Thank you, though. QAnon was right. The most damning files yet. This is worse than anything I ever imagined. From members only to public, today at 7 o'clock p.m. local. As we all know, okay. As we all know, Donald J. Trump is a sex trafficking all right. Get that going, and then we're going to give it a little tweak. As we all know, Donald J. Trump is... Alrighty. There we go. You do a good job, brother. I like your style. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Part of what I'm doing is trying to show you guys that, like, you can do what I do if you want to do what I do. Speak of the devil. We got Shot a Ride here. You have inspired me to start making videos. Have been here since you were a madman making history videos on a shitty phone. You are more accurate than top news channels. I look forward to your videos to start my day. I appreciate that, but that's why I do this. So that people like you, Shot a Read 5365, become the next generation so that you can carry the flame. We are Charlie Kirk, we carry the flame. No, but realistically, it's like, I'm a one-man operation. Well, not really. I have a team. I have Jack, I have Nelson, I have Avo, I have Avi, I have my brother, I have people who help me, right? But when you look at these big channels like Tim Pool or Ben Shapiro or Candace Owens, right? The person you're thinking of is just the talent, right? They're just the talent. Ben Shapiro is just the talent. Tim Pool is just the talent. They're just the guy on the camera. They have like 30 people who are being paid a salary doing everything else, making the thumbnails, making the video titles, making the bios, pumping out the short form, making the advertisements, you know what I'm saying? Doing search engine optimization, all of that shit. But you can do this on your own. I can do this on my own. And if I can do this on my own, then you can do this on your own, dude. Chat can reinforce this here. I am an idiot when it comes to the tech world, bro. I could punch a hole through the fucking screen before I figured out how to use Google. I type in google.com on Google sometimes, right? If I can do this, you can do this. It does not take much. It just takes courage to come out on a fucking microphone and say what you believe in. It takes acceptance that to exist on the internet is to have haters. You have to accept that people are gonna call you every name under the sun, and they're gonna AI generate you to look different, and they're gonna come up with rumors and lies, right? But if you truly believe in what you believe in and you think that you have a voice capable enough of projecting it out into this media ecosystem where it will bounce off the fucking walls because you live in a world where people listen to the loudest voice, not to the smartest one, if you believe you could do this, do it. Do it. You know? Chris almost let it slip. Almost let what slip? I don't know what you mean. If we sent videos from protests we attend where they get violent for no reason, would you cover them? Yeah, absolutely. You send those links to the Discord. My moderators will analyze them and decide which ones to send to me, you know? You know? Chris is unk-coded. Yeah, I know. But yeah. Yep, stand for something or fall for everything. Sully, yes. Chris always ignores my comments about ancient mythology. I know a lot of ancient mythology. That's because I'm a 14,000-year-old reptilian shapeshifter. You fucking humans have created over 88,000 gods throughout history. And now you're all murdering each other over 3 religions that praise the same god. It's the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen. Like, even the Greek pantheon made more sense than this shit. Like, the Abrahamic religions all praise the same god. Christians, Muslims, and Jews all praise the same god. And yet you murder each other by the tens of millions. It makes no fucking sense. It makes no fucking sense. And he's what? God number 88,307? 200 fucking years from now, you guys are gonna be fighting over a completely different fucking god and a completely different fucking religion. It's bizarre. It's actually bizarre. They don't believe that when you tell them half the time. I know, dude. So many fucking people do not. And it's not even like a matter of opinion. I'm not giving you my opinion on religion. I'm telling you that the Abrahamic religions that all stem from Abraham all praise the same God. Their only difference is who's a prophet and who's the Messiah and did the Messiah come already or did he not come? They all pray Allah and God. They're the same fucking thing. Oh, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. My dad is convinced we're going to invent a new God with AI. That's what Google said. Google literally said that they are trying to create God. That's an actual quote. Let me see if I can find this. Where's the quote? It's Google exec. Google exec says they are trying to make God. Yeah, here it is. Former Google exec warns that AI researchers are creating God. According to a former Google executive, the singularity is coming, and what's more, he says that it poses a major threat to humanity. Mo Gaudat, formerly the chief business officer for Google's moonshot organization, which was called Google X at the time, issued his warning in a new interview with The Times. In it, he says he believes that artificial general intelligence, the sort of all-powerful sentient AI seen in science fiction like Skynet from the Terminator, is inevitable, and that once it's here, humanity may very well find itself staring down an apocalypse brought forth by godlike machines. And suddenly I realize this is really scary, Gaudat said. It completely froze me. All right, let's read this. Gaudat said that told the Times that he had this frightening revelation while working with AI developers at Google X who were building robot arms capable of finding and picking up a small ball. After a period of slow progress, Gaudat said that one arm grabbed the ball and seemed to hold it up to the researchers in a gesture that to him seemed like it was showing off. And I suddenly realized this is really scary. It completely froze me. The reality is, we are creating God. Now, they are. Now, I'm not saying they're creating God because, like, God is all-knowing and all-powerful and the AI will be all-knowing and all-powerful. No. They're creating God because pathetic humans worship something inexplicable and that they cannot see or understand in order to make sense of the world that they live in, right? So once that supercomputer AI database that can answer any question really does exist, pathetic little humans will worship it as if it is a god. It's not a god, it's code. It's code. But they will worship it as if it is God, because all we've wanted, all humans, the pathetic ones, the ones who can't think straight, all they have ever wanted is an explanation to what this is, life. And the AI, it will give you an answer. It won't be correct, but it will give you an answer. And the most pathetic among us, they will fall for it. Only the right will? Incorrect. Incorrect. You are very wrong about that. I'm left and I might. Shut the fuck up, Jack. Yeah, both videos are already done. I did get a THC vape. I got a THC vape, and this is nicotine, but I got one, and I'm thinking of trying to transition. My only concern is I'll be high as fuck all the time if I'm ripping that as much as I rip this, but maybe that'll make me stop ripping it as much, you know? You know? Did Trump really shart his trousers? Yeah, he shit his fucking pants sitting at the Resolute desk. It was so loud, it was picked up by the hot mic. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Yeah, no, you'll just hit both. You're right, Goonzery. You're right. Weed is illegal in Puerto Rico, so detox time. Weed is illegal in Puerto Rico. How does Puerto Rico have their own laws? It's a U.S. territory. Oh, is it because weed is federally illegal and Puerto Rico is a territory of the federal government, and that's why it's illegal? Because that would make sense. That would make sense. They don't have, like, states' rights, so they can't make, like, a statewide law. They're not a state. Yeah, that makes sense. That's fucking stupid, bro. Puerto Rico is like, Puerto Rico will be, I mean, there's still weed in Puerto Rico. You could still find weed in Puerto Rico. You just can't get it legally, you know? Oh, it's also locally illegal. Oh, that's fucking stupid. No. Okay, yeah, no, fuck Puerto Rico then. I'm kidding. No, but fuck the Puerto Rican government. Why the fuck would you make weed illegal? Especially in a place like Puerto Rico. You could grow it there. You could have businesses. You give people jobs. It grows in the wild there, right? You could also fuck with any cartel operation. That's so stupid. That's just bad business, really. That's just bad business. That was also the whole thing about legalizing weed federally is like, A, it's good for business, provide more jobs, more businesses, more capital, and B, it fucks with the cartel's operation. Like, guys, remember El Chapo? Like, dude, we used to have weed smuggled over the southern border, like, by, like, the metric ton. And now you could just buy it at the store. Really fucked with their operation. Yeah, and you could study it. If it's federally legal, you could study it. I think for the past like 25 years, there was like 2 universities in the United States of America where they could do like actual studies on marijuana because like it had like a different ruling there. But now, I mean, you can at least do it in different colleges and shit. Best way to get in touch for merch ideas? The Discord. Hit up Avo. Anyway, all right, guys. I'm going to cut it here. I got to go to the gym. I got some shit I got to do today. I'm out of here. Thank you very much for tuning into the Valenti broadcast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and donate to the channel. I love you all very much. Keep hope alive. We are revolutionary optimists here. We choose to believe that we are going to win this because never once in human fucking history has the fascists or the alt-right or the forces of evil ever once succeeded. Sometimes it feels like they are winning, but they are in fact losing. When the fucking Nazis won in Germany in the 1930s and they were building up power, I'm sure everyone there thought, this is it. This is it. This is the end. This is the new world. They're winning. They've won. It's over. Until the fucking Soviets came through. Until we raided fucking Normandy. Until we invaded Berlin. It always feels like they're fucking winning until the entire world comes crumbling down upon them. And it will crumble upon them yet again, comrade. I love you all. Be good. Don't fuck up. Don't do anything I would do. All right? Later. Bye, guys. Bye.